So in this section, which is the most complex section of the course, I want to spend some time explaining what are the cloud architecture. This is the foundation of digital transformation. It is something you need to understand. So I'm going to take you through the different architectures for cloud. And at the end of the day, if you can understand that, then you are almost 75% of the way in succeeding in your digital transformation. So you may come across many acronyms like IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service, or you might come across as a PaaS, Platform as a Service, or even a SaaS, Software as a Service. So what does that mean? So I put over here the acronym, what they mean, and then traditional is a data center. That is something we all know today. It's just a brick and mortar where you house all the infrastructure, the mainframes, the wiring, the air conditioning. The whole work is always been in a data center, and then you try to put another data center somewhere else so that is a backup of that one in case something goes wrong. So this is the data center that we have today, and it's something that is maintained by the organization for decades. That's how it's supposed to be. You own your data centers, you own the servers, and you own whatever's running on them. That was the responsibility of every organization. But what does the cloud say? This is what you have today. You manage everything what that is within the data center, which is true. So this costs you a lot of money because everything is to do with the organization. They have to maintain that. And the speed of delivery, it could be slow because you have to make sure that, if you want to get a new application, does the application need to have a new server? If the answer is yes, we need to order the server, then the server comes through. We need to put that into the data center, put it on a rack, make sure air conditioning is there, make sure no wires are sticking out, nobody trips over those wires. So all those kind of things which you know about happens in the data center. Now, what happens when the cloud computing comes into play? They say, hey, we can give you 3 variations of the cloud. 3. First is that we can give you just the infrastructure. We can give you the infrastructure, and you as an organization install your applications and whatever you need. But the infrastructure is something we're going to give you as a cloud provider. That could be Microsoft, that could be Amazon, and that could be Google. They will give you the infrastructure, and they will make sure that that infrastructure is scaled up, i.e. it will increase in the number of servers, or will tear down, i.e. will go down when the demand is less. That is something that the cloud provider is providing to the organization. So this is that's what that means. Now, this is a little bit faster, obviously, but what happens if the organization says, well, I don't want to manage the runtime and the middleware, all that. I just want everything. All I want to do is install my applications, but in terms of the runtime, the middleware, I really don't care. I just want that. So then that's a platform as a service. So you only manage your applications, your data, but everything is managed by the cloud provider. That is a little bit faster, obviously, and the cost is getting less as well. Then the extreme of data center where you manage everything is you don't do anything. You just have a software as a service. For example, Gmail, we just log in, use Gmail. Do we know how many servers is sitting on? Nope. Do we know when the application gets upgraded? Nope. We really don't care. All we do is just turn the key and the car starts. It's just simple as that. It's very, very good. I don't do anything. I just use it. Pay as you go, pay as you use. So that's the other extreme. Very fast, very cost effective. But that's not everybody's kind of a favorite, because you need to understand as an organization, you lose control from having full control to no control. So let's talk about what that means. So another example to help people out there to understand what are the differences. And it took me a long time to understand the difference between IaaS and PaaS and SaaS. It took me a long time. So I came across one of these on Google search, and I thought this is something I need to put together in this deck to help anyone out there to understand. Is example, pizza as a service. So we all go and enjoy pizza every now and again. And the traditional way is that we make everything at home. You know how that works. It's very hard to make everything at home, but if you're a really good cook, you're going to make the whole pizza at home, and you're going to tell your kids, hey, we're going to make it at home. We're not going to buy it from outside. So this is made at home. You have to have the dining table. You have to have the oven. You have to have the dough and everything else. This is something you're going to do. Now, what about take and bake at home? So you can get this kind of dough from the superstore, and you can bring it home, and then you can cook it at home. So that's what that means as infrastructure as a service in a different context. You're still gonna do the baking and everything, but you're just gonna get that dough from the supermarket. So that's that here. What about pizza delivered? That's what most people do. They have a pizza delivered. That is a platform as a service. So all you're going to do then is just have your dining table and your soda. That's all you need. Everything else is done by the company out there. They cooked the dough, they baked everything they wanted, delivered it to you. All you need to do now is just have it on your table and eat it. The other extreme is dine out. So you're going to have your pizza at the pizza place, Pizza Hut, for example. So you're going to go to their place, and you're going to have all of their facilities, and all you're going to do there is just pay them for their service. So this is a great way of understanding another way of how cloud computing is split into this IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. I hope you find this example, because I found it really, really useful, and very helped me to explain to anybody out there when they didn't understand what they meant. So I mentioned earlier on there are two types of cloud: a public cloud and a private cloud. Let's start with the private cloud. Private cloud is basically another data center that you have, but it is actually given to you by the cloud provider. You are the only sole user of that. And when the cloud provider, Microsoft, Google, or Amazon give you a private cloud, they're actually giving you a section of their kind of infrastructure to you only, and therefore charge you arm and a leg. So it's almost like having your data center moved to someone else's backyard. So it's okay if somebody wants that, but ideally 99% I think people go with the public cloud, which is it's a football pitch, and we all gonna take a section of that pitch for our own organization. Obviously every cloud provider will make sure that each section of the pitch is given to each organization in a secure manner way. There is no way that one organization can look over their shoulder and look at other organizations' data, etc. It's not possible. But we are all on the same football pitch. We all have our own little camps, but we cannot go in each other's camp. Everything is secure. But the whole pitch, which is a public cloud, it is maintained by the cloud provider. It is much easier for them to scale up and tear down as necessary, because every player is on that pitch, so they can manage that. Therefore, it's a little bit cheaper. Again, you pay for what you use. Public cloud is a kind of more efficient way of using the cloud computing, and that's what people do. But you may come across, they say, no, we have a private cloud. Okay, that's unique, that's exceptional, but most likely it will be a public cloud. So let's compare the two extremes. A data center that you are 100% responsible and you have full control, versus a SaaS, software as a service, where you have no control, but you're just enjoying whatever you need to do, like eating out pizza. So data center, yeah, you have a constant management of the applications. You have to manage that, upgrade, patching. If the AC goes down, you need to maintain that. If somebody trips over and knocks the server out, that's your problem. You lost the data. Everything, including patching, installation, is your problem. Protection from cyber attacks, that's your problem. Organization needs to have it always up to the latest versions to that, so they don't get attacked. It is all under the organization's responsibility, but you have full control how the product is developed. Even though you might get frustrated by doing all these things, but you have full control on what is going on. And that has been the norm for so long, until we have got cloud computing. So now software as a service, SaaS, says, okay, you use applications without worrying about any upgrades or patching. We'll take care of that. Whenever you need it, just log in, use it. Whenever you want to eat a pizza, just come and have a dine-in, and that's all you need to do. But the problem that is, there is no control on how the product is developed. It is all given to, i.e. the platform is all under their control. everything under control. So you don't have as much control as you did with a data center, but there are conveniences, obviously. So you need to play that game to say, what do I want? Do I want to be this extreme, or can I be in the middle? Or can I get a bit of both? So as an organization, you need to understand that. So what makes sense? So to make sense to upgrade, you look at the times and you look at the cost. This is what kind of determines whether you want to go from here to that, if you have these two into consideration. I do care about time. You have no time to do things, and money is we're splashing too much money in data centers. So these are two things that you need to take into consideration, or should I say, these are two attributes that kind of play the role in terms of deciding between data center and SaaS environment.